Welcome back one and all to the Al McGuinness Sports Center. The following is a presentation of the Nova Scotia U18 Major Hockey League in partnership with High Button Sports. I'm your host for this afternoon contest as the Sydney Mitsubishi Rush are visiting here at the Al McGuinness Sports Center as the Islanders place host to them as part of today's Minor Hockey Appreciation Day, brought to you by Ron McGilvery Chev Buick GMC in Antigonish. Rolling out the carpets here for the presentations before this afternoon's game. The Islanders are 3-2 in their last 5 matchups, including yesterday's shutout victory over the Rush in Member 2 Arena at a 3-0 score, and also a 3-2 victory in overtime over the Dartmouth Steel Subaru last weekend. And the Sydney Mitsubishi Rush are 0-5 in their last 5, so trying to string together a win here to end the season before playoffs come through. It's so important for teams to get that momentum going leading into the postseason. Some players to look out for in this game as leading scorer on the Sydney Mitsubishi Rush is number 37 Mitchell Gould with 25 points in just 18 regular season games played for him.
Welcome to the 5th annual Minor Hockey Appreciation Day, sponsored by Ron McGilvery Chev Buick GMC. Please welcome to the ice your U18 Cape Breton West Islanders, led by 7th player Huey McDonald from the U18B West Islanders.
The Islanders making their way onto the ice surface for this, the last home game of their regular season before starting that postseason matchup against the Valley Wildcats, which will take place next weekend in the Valley. Of course, wearing the orange throwback jerseys here this afternoon.
Islanders president, and John Campbell, Islanders academic mentor, to center ice. We would like to honor our graduating players with a canvas print done up by Romeo Martin Photo Arts and Compass Artworks. First up, we have 92, Aiden McDonald.
The graduating players, the Islanders receiving a professional photograph of them during gameplay. Aiden McDonald, Matthew Delaney, number 11.
Assistant captain, number 6, Sam Trenham.
Sam Trenham, number 6, assistant captain, coming to collect his photograph.
Assistant captain, number 12, Cooper McNeil.
Other assistant captain, number 12, Cooper McNeil.
Assistant captain, number 26, Thomas McCacken.
And Thomas McCacken, assistant captain as well, number 26.
And your 2025-26 captain, number 16, Lance Hooksor.
And number 16, Islanders captain Lance Hooksor, graduating this year as well.
We would also like to welcome to the ice the president of Westside Minor Hockey and also representing for CB West Minor Hockey, Robin Marcotte.
And Robin Marcotte for CB West Minor Hockey coming to the ice surface.
We would also like to welcome the Quad County's female rep, Charlie McDonald.
And Charlie McDonald, Quad County's female representative, coming to the ice surface.
Right now, we would like to take this opportunity to thank Ron McGilvery, Chev Buick GMC, for sponsoring today's events, for being a platinum sponsor, and for providing the Islanders coach staff with the cruiser. Could the two captains please come to center ice for the ceremonial opening face-off?
And once again, a thank you to Ron McGilvery, Chev Buick GMC for sponsoring this event. And the captains meet at the ice surface for the ceremonial face-off. That photograph will be in the local paper come next week.
At this time, please rise if you are able for the flag of O Canada, which will be sung by the Quad County's U18A female tier team, managed by Amber McDonald.
And the Cape Breton Quad County U13 female team will sing the national anthem here for this special day here at the Almaguinta Sports Center. And the opening ceremonies have been completed. We're ready for this matchup, the final game of the regular season. Home game of the regular season for the Cape Breton West Islanders. They're in the throwback jerseys in the orange, moving from the left to the right. And the Sydney Mitsubishi Rush are in the green and yellow and white jerseys on the right, moving left. And we are underway. Cape Breton wins the opening draw and dumps it into the corner. Quite a bit of anticipation in this one. Hard check by Thomas McCacker in the corner to start things off. Cooper O'Neill on the far wall. Quick drive from distance goes wide. Trenham steps in and chops it ahead. Cape Breton West already on the forecheck here as Hookshorse gets after it. He gets a body check there from McPhee. Another hard check by McPhee. Both players almost went to the ice on that one. Could be in for a barn burner here. A delayed penalty call coming up against the Islanders here. It's a head contact penalty to start things off. This power play brought to you by Ideal Concrete as Matthew Delaney gets the first penalty of the game, so the Islanders will be down a man for the first just over 36 seconds in to the opening frame. They'll be down. McLeod on the point to start the power play for the Rush. Quick drive, save made by Forrence. Leo Forrence getting the start in goal for the Islanders. He leads the Islanders goaltending duo with a 3.25 goals against average and a .903 save percentage on the season thus far. And he gets the start here this afternoon as that one taken by Ellis off the draw and clear to neutralize. Could be a chance here for Davidson short-handed. Moving down the wing, steps inside. One-handed shot and a save made. Rebound chance in front, it's still loose. Unable to get the shot away. Some tense moments there where goaltender Mason Doucette gets the start and goal for the Rush. As down the wing comes Andrea. He gets checked. And physical play to start the first. Another hard check there at the point on Bass Christmas by Davidson. Always an intimidating player, Ryan Davidson. He gets those feet churning and burning, and he got the worst of that one, but he never afraid of going up against a larger opponent. Very fierce competitor, Ryan Davidson, out of Inverness as Bass Christmas drops it back. Here he comes down the wing. Bass Christmas a drive and a glove save made by Forrence for the whistle. So 59 seconds remaining in the power play for the Rush, brought to you once again by Ideal Concrete. This first period brought to you by Superline Fuels, worry-free home heating, oil and propane delivered proudly by local experts. Comforting your family is our priority at Superline Fuels. Moved across on the far side for Morrison, spins it back to Berman on the point. Berman cycles it in deep. John Hugh McGinnis trying to get a stick on that, but Miller's there first for the Rush. Takes a tumble off that check by John Hugh McGinnis on the point. Now is Morrison across to Berman. Berman a drive. He sailed that past the glove hand side. That one escapes out to neutral ice, and Berman has to make chase. Excuse me, that was Morrison rather, not Berman. As Morrison and Berman on the defense duo here for the power play. Just 20 seconds remaining in that bid. As Morrison stops up behind the goal, looking for an option for a passing there as he gets to Miller. Touch play ahead. McGinnis tries to get a stick on that. Fired down the ice by the Islanders. Kill some time, just closing seconds of the power play here. Is that one taken away? And out come the Rush the other way. It's McLean down the wing. Chips it in past Trenham and chases it down on the dump and chase effort. Hard check there in the corner. Buffalo trying to get a stick on that. It goes wide. Chisholm lead feed ahead for Fleet. Colby Fleet on a breakaway. He scores! And the crowd erupts in applause as Colby Fleet on the breakaway rips it glove hand side on Doucette, and the Islanders open the scoring here at the Al McGinnis Sports Center. That's Colby Fleet's team leading 16th goal of the season. Always a sharp shooter to watch out for. Number 7, Colby Fleet. As Chisholm tries to get a stick on that, gets a hold of it on the left wing, trying to find Fleet there, and taken away in neutral ice. Rush gained possession. Morrison a backhand feed through. And unable to get through with Sillaboy. Taken behind the goal by the Rush once again. Lead feed intercepted by McGinnis. Jake McGinnis waits and shoots, and that one deflected into the corner. Sillaboy with a lead pass ahead. Looking to spring Gideon. Out to neutral ice again. Fleet centering feet in front. Trying to find Will Chisholm. Taken away once again by Berman. Berman stops up, looks for an option here, weaves his way through. On his own, backhands it into the corner. They're trying to establish a forecheck here for the Rush. Pass ahead to Hookshores. Nice move by Hookshores, but he left the puck behind. McCackern finds Ellis. Ellis. Far side for Hunter McDonald. He resets. Wheels and deals off across to Lex Watt down the wing. Watt cycles it in behind for Hook Shorts in the corner. Back around for Watt. Lex Watt on the point to Ellis. Across to McCackern. McCackern a drive. Sticked aside by Doucette. And a delayed penalty on the play here, it looks like. And it's a high sticking penalty, it looks like. Well, this power play brought to you by Zepfin Contractors. As McLean goes to the box, so it'll be a Islanders power play here. Well, Aiden McDonald centering the power play unit here as he steps up to the plate. Draw win for the Rush. McGinnis after it, jumps on that loose puck. Gains a step here in the corner, drops it off to Ellis on the point. Jonah Ellis moves it across for Hunter McDonald. Back to Ellis. Ellis moves, walks the line, back to McDonald. Hunter McDonald down low for Aiden McDonald. Aiden McDonald wrap around and a pad save there for Doucette. McDonald again from the point, a drive and a glove save by Mason Doucette. From that screen shot.
Rush penalty to number 22, AKU McLean. 2 minutes for head contact. Time of the penalty, 4:26.
Once again, this power play brought to you by Zepfin Contractors. Minute 34 left in the man advantage for the Islanders, just early into the power play here. As McDonald sets up on the draw. One back to the point to McDonald. Over to Ellis. Ellis back to McDonald. One-time drive. Blocker save. Rebound chance in front. Ellis a drive. He scores! Jonah Ellis. And the Islanders lead 2-0 on a power play goal. As now the leading point getter on defense for the Islanders strikes again. That's his 21st point in 33 games played, now 34 in this matchup. So the Islanders putting the Rush on the back foot early here. 2 quick markers. Off the backboards to Trenum. Sam Trenum near side. McLeod picks it up. Plays it off of Forrence, and Chisholm moves it across for Trenum. Sam Trenum to Lex Watt. Watt. Try to shimmy and shake. Lost it against Miller. Miller moving in wide. Nice move by Miller. Shoots it. He hit the side of the goal. Back in front again. Another shot stopped by Forrence. Islanders got to watch out here as the Rush are looking to attack once again. This one taken away by Watt. Unable to clear successfully. Finally gets it down, all the way down. Davidson hustling after it. That's going to be an icing call against the Islanders. Andrea on the draw in the offensive zone. McDonald wins that draw off the sidewall. McLean tries to chip it. Davidson kicked it to his blade and moves in. After it against McLean in the corner. Davidson hustling there. Drops it to Watt. Watt turns. Davidson in a wrestling match there in the corner. And he's lost his helmet on that play. What a shift for Ryan Davidson. Goodness gracious. Now face-off moving out to neutral ice here. Draw win to McNeil. He chips it into the zone. Looking to establish a forecheck once again of the Islanders. Off the wall. McGinnis, a drive from distance in front of that. Fleet a drive, and that one blocked in front as Doucette was down. Here comes John here, McGinnis. Turns to the backhand. Trying to move up the wall. Intercepted there by Miller. On the point, McLean. Moves it across. Right side defense. Back down into the corner it goes again. Islanders gain possession. Clear the zone out to neutral ice. Trying to clear there was McNeil. Off the wall. That one hit the ceiling beam for a stoppage in play. Face-off taking place in the neutral ice just outside of the Rush defensive zone. Off the draw, moved ahead. Gideon trying to get a handle on that. Near side, Jonah Ellis skates it in, dumps it into the corner as Hookshorst makes chase. Another shot and a shoulder save there for Doucette. McCacken tries to keep it alive. It's an offside call, delayed that is, so the Islanders tag up to re-enter the zone. That one taken on the near side. Sillaboy drops it. Oh, a hard check there by Jonah Ellis. Level his man to the ice. Goodness gracious. What a hit. Will Chisholm turns with it. McGinnis. Hookshorst there to help out. Back on the near side. Ellis moves it ahead for Chisholm. Oh, and could be a knee-on-knee collision there almost. And Chisholm's lucky to stay on his feet for that one. Goodness gracious. McLeod behind the goal. Rims it around for Morrison. Morrison. 8 feet ahead for Bass Christmas out of his reach. Taken away by Miller now. Miller skates in, shoots, glove. Saved by Florence. Bit of a run and gun pace to this one, folks. Six to 4 are the shots in favor of the Islanders to start during the first half of the opening frame. Is that one on the top? The point, a screen shot there, and Florence saw it all the way and makes the save for another reset of this draw. Taking off the draw, Trenum rims it around on the near side wall. Touched ahead for McDonald. Head for Aiden McDonald, drags and shoots, and he's blocked in front. Chisholm, hard check on the wall on Chisholm. An uncomfortable play as another shot on the one-timer there by Aiden McDonald goes wide. Kieran McDonald, the 3 McDonalds are on the ice now. Hunter in the corner, back in front, rebound chance in front. Aiden McDonald couldn't bury it as Kieran gets a hold of it to Hunter. Hunter spins it on the point to McNeil, skating in, shoots. Blocker save for Doucette, and it goes into the netting for a stoppage in play. Colby Fleet on the draw. Onto the point, McGinnis. Side steps, moves in wide, put it in front, and a shot, and a save made point blank by Doucette once again. Having to stand tall and make the save. As the Islanders throwing volume at the goal here in the first. Colby Fleet on the faceoff dot. Berman moves against Watt, now against Davidson. Pass on the near side for Andrea, and taking a tumble was McNeil. Could be a misplay here as Lewis skates in and shoots. Glove saved by Florence again. His glove's been hot so far in the first. Made 2 or 3 quick glove saves. On the draw, Andrea trying to get a hold of it. Watt picks it up here for the Islanders, and he skates up the right wing side. Can't move it past as Lewis gains a step. Intercepted by McCackern. Taken away by Berman now. Here comes Berman. Chipped in. Hard check by Fleet on Berman. Both men stay on their feet as that one taken away. Miller unable to advance. Down in the corner it goes as Jonah Ellis gains possession here. Getting tangled up with Andrea there on the wall. In battle for it, Hookshorse finds his man in McCackern. As Thomas McCackern moves ahead. Lead pass ahead, looking to spring Davidson. Off a rush stick as on the ice now. Moving wide comes McLeod, dumps it into the corner. Gets tangled up with McGinnis there. And an interference call on the play here. As McGinnis is going to get called for interference there on that play against McLeod. And we will commence with a TV timeout here at the halfway point with a thank you from one of our sponsors.
Today's game is fueled by Some Good, the clean, natural hydration shots trusted by athletes across Atlantic Canada. Packed with unfiltered apple cider, electrolytes, and no artificial junk, Some Good keeps you hydrated the right way, whether you're on the ice, in the gym, or cheering from the stands. It tastes unreal, it's good for you, and it supports local. Grab a Some Good and feel the difference. Hydration made simple, performance made better. Today's game is fueled by Some Good, the clean, natural hydration shots trusted by athletes across Atlantic Canada. Packed with unfiltered apple cider, electrolytes, and no artificial junk, Some Good keeps you hydrated the right way, whether you're on the ice, in the gym, or cheering from the stands. It tastes unreal, it's good for you, and it supports local. Grab a Some Good and feel the difference. Hydration made simple, performance made better.
Off the draw, taken here by the Rush on the power play once again. This time brought to you by Ideal Concrete. There's a shot from distance. Glove save once again for Leo Forens. Miller on the draw up against Hookshorse. Clean draw win for Miller onto McLeod on the point. McLeod waits, drops it off to Bass Christmas. Trying to center in front, that was blocked by Lucas Chisholm. Bass Christmas resets, turns with it, gets knocked to the ice there by Chisholm as both players get tangled up. Rimmed around. Near side for Bass Christmas, lost a handle of it off the glass and out. As the Islanders kill some time on the penalty. And around far side for Miller. Miller back for McPhee. Deacon McPhee drops it off. As out skates Miller now. Weaving through neutral ice, over the line. Miller drags and moves, and he's stopped up by McNeil. On the near side wall, picked up here and fired out by McGinnis to kill some more time. It's under a minute remaining in the power play for the Rush as Deacon McPhee gets possession. Rush captain behind his own goal here, looking to set up the play. Drops it off. And McLeod. Liam McLeod down the wing. Rumbles his way through and stops up, drops it to Lewis. On the point, across. Berman. Back across for Lewis. Lewis turns, spins on the back end into the corner, looking for Miller. Off his stick. All the way down, here comes Will Chisholm. Moving in one-on-one, moving back in. Shot past the glove hand side. What a move that was by Will Chisholm as he gets a collision there with Berman. And a nice move there by Andrea. Moves it ahead to Berman now. Berman on his off wing, moves wide past McCackern. Berman pass in front, and a good poke check there by Leo Forens. We're back to even strength. Penalty has been killed off. Berman forced back into his own zone by McDonald. As lead pass by Berman. Ellis with the intercept finds Kieran McDonald. as he turns with it now. Drops it off for McCackern. Moves ahead, chipped into the corner. Kieran McDonald chasing it down. Drops up, moves it behind the goal for Hunter McDonald. The McDonald line on the ice again. Hunter, Aiden, and Kieran on the forward lineup. Is that one taken out here? Chip past the defense by Gideon, trying to make an advanced play. Great hustle by Gideon. Drops it off. Quick drive. That goes wide. Silverboy behind the goal, trying to set it up. McDonald drops it to Ellis. Islanders in their own zone here as McCackern gathers it behind his own goal. Off the far wall, off the skate of Hunter McDonald, cleared back in the zone by the rush as they look to establish a forecheck here. Jonah Ellis chips it ahead for Kieran McDonald. Just escapes his clutches here as Ellis moves it across. Aiden McDonald now trying to make a move and unable to get past McPhee. Ellis gains a step, slides it over to Hunter McDonald. Another chance. Kieran, another drive on the back end, went past that right post. Off the wall. Here come the rush in the zone. A shot, and that one sticked aside by Forrence. Taken here by Gideon behind the goal. Gideon onto the point. Shot by Morrison, and a great save then once again. Square to the shooter was Leo Forrence. Follows that one up. A face off in the offensive zone here for the Rush as Miller steps up to the plate against Colby Fleet. Ethan Miller wins the draw back to the point to Morrison. Rung around down low for Bass Christmas. Trying to against the grain backhand pass there. Didn't work. Davidson fires it all the way down the ice. Looking to beat the icing is Watt, unable to do so. As we'll go back down to the Islanders zone for this next face-off. Colby Fleet wins it back to the point. Moved around the corner as Watt gets a hold of it. On the point, Berman a drive. That one blocked by Fleet. Lead pass for Watt off his stick. Skates it down in the corner. Icing waved off. Watt tries to drop it off to Fleet. Does so, in fact. Davidson a drive and a pad save there by Doucette. Watt trying to cycle it back behind for Fleet in front of the net. A backhand shot. Another save by Doucette on the other goal post. Fleet with another wrist shot. That one over the goal. Watt in the far corner trying to dance with it. Knocked off the puck by Berman. He fires it off the backboards, but McNeil quick to intercept. On the pinch, a quick drive. That goes blocked in front. That one cleared out to neutral ice, and John Hugh McGinnis gathers it in. Drops it to McNeil. Across for Davidson. Picking it up is John Hugh McGinnis, spinning. Drops it off for Hookshorst in stride. Hookshorst down the wing, a quick drive, and he nicked the glove. Another shot from distance, that one blocked in front. Another chance, here's Hookshorst in, shot, and a save made once again by Doucette. He's had his work cut out for them here in the first period. Standing tall once again. Hookshorst on the face-off. Wins it to Delaney. Delaney shoots it there, and he tried to pick the corner, but he sailed it over top. Back it goes in the corner. Delaney, two number 11s coming together there. Delaney. McLean spins. Delaney trying to get the puck off of him. Hookshorst with a stick lift. Gets up here. Lead pass for Andrea. Knocked off the puck. Here comes Hookshorst down the wing. Nice move to the inside. Hookshorst trying to set it up there for McGinnis. On the point, McNeil, a drive off the mask. Rebound chance, they score! McGinnis on the rebound. And Jack McGinnis extends the lead to 3 here in the first. Well, the Islanders well in control of this one so far, but it is only early in this game. There's still 2 regulation periods and change left. See how the Rush respond here as that one off the boards. Gideon trying to get a stick on that. Here they come again. Trying to center in front as Silly Boy was on his way to the goal. Hook short. Rather McCacken moves it across. Ellis. Far side for McGinnis. Jake McGinnis dumps it in for Aiden McDonald, and Morrison stops up behind the goal. Morrison, lead feet ahead, looking to spring Gideon. It goes well past him down the ice as Forrence fires it off the glass and out. Morrison, near side for Berman. Berman chopping at it. Cleared down the ice past Ellis, and McCacken has to make chase. McCacken up against Gideon. Drops it off for Ellis. Jonah Ellis. Backhand feed finds Will Chisholm in stride. Chisholm moves it ahead. Morrison intercepts. Here comes Gideon. Got Silly Boy with him. Gideon down the right wing side. To Silly Boy in front and unable to corral that. There comes Will Chisholm. Nice move by Chisholm. Gets through, drops it for McDonald. Aiden McDonald moves to the inside, holds on, drops it for McGinnis. McGinnis shoots. Save made, rebound chance. Try to stuff it. Islanders trying to keep it alive with that forecheck. Fired back in the zone. And they get a line change. Berman turns with it now. Looking to set it up for the Rush. Near side stretch pass for Guthrow. Guthrow down the wing. Turns. Tries to sweep it in the corner. Trying to mount him. Swept there by Bass Christmas towards the goal and off a skate. As Hunter McDonald gathers it. Drops it back for Trenum. Sam Trenum behind his own goal. Hounded there by 2 forecheckers from the Rush. As McDonald off the wall for Fleet. Lead for Chisholm. McDonald rather. Fleet, nice move to the inside. Fleet to the goal, unable to get a shot away. Colby Fleet turns. Spins it into the corner for McDonald. Hunter McDonald behind the goal. McDonald saucers across. Kieran a shot. Save, rebound chance. Still loose. Taken by Kieran once again. Kieran McDonald. Across for Chisholm. Shot from distance. Save made by Doucette. He earns the whistle for his team and a much needed line change for the Sydney Rush. Doucette has had his work cut out for him. It's only the first period of play. He's already faced 20 shots from the Islanders in this contest. But props to Mason Doucette in goal here for the Rush. As the Islanders have been throwing nothing but volume at the net. The Rush will need quite a regroup in that first intermission. As the Islanders setting the pace here for this one. Here comes Watt. Drag move, holds on, shoots. Save made by Doucette, rebound cleared away. McDonald pouncing on that. Watt on the wall. McDonald inside move. Knocked off the puck. Here comes Morrison. Feeds it ahead. Here come the Rush the other way. Dropped off to Morrison. A shot deflected wide. Another chance behind the goal. Looking to move it to the point. Morrison holds on. Drops it off. Shot from distance. Save made with the pad by Forrence. Another pass to the side. Morrison intercepted by McDonald. Hunter McDonald. Nice move. Sauces it across on the near side wall. McLeod picks that up on defense. Just 30 seconds remaining in the first period of play. Chopped out there. Watt on the forecheck. Backhand feed in front. It's loose. A backhand shot and a great save there once again by Doucette. Gets the whistle with 20.3 remaining in the opening frame. They got a packed house here at the Al McGinnis Sports Center for Minor Hockey Appreciation Day. Brought to you once again by Ron McGilvery, Chev Buick GMC in Antigonish. Hook short on the draw. Off the wall, Ellis trying to hold the line. Unable to do so, it escapes back to neutral ice. He dumps it back in and has to retrieve it once more. Lead for Davidson, just 8 seconds to go. Davidson moves it across for Hook Shores. A drive, patted aside by Doucette. Another play in front of Delaney, a shot, he scores! Delaney puts it in the goal at the horn. And it was just before the horn blew, so that will count as the Islanders take a 4-0 lead. Heading into that first intermission and into the second period of play. What a start for the Islanders in this one. Now this first intermission brought to you by Ron McGilvery Chev Buick GMC. Whether you're looking for a new or a new-to-you vehicle, Ron McGilvery Chev Buick GMC has you covered. With a wide range of selection, amazing deals, knowledgeable and friendly staff that will get you into your dream vehicle. Visit Ron McGilvery Chev Buick GMC and Ron McGilvery Certified Pre-Owned Center at 75 St. Andrew Street in Antigonish, or call at 902-863-2803. That's 902-863-2803. Or shop online at rmggm.com. That's rmggm.com. The Islanders would also like to extend a thank you to Zuffing Contractors and Ideal Concrete for participating in their co-branding program. In addition to being a member of the Islanders sponsorship team, they've also sponsored tracksuits for the 2025-26 coaching staff and players, and also a special thank you to Nova Trophy for providing the Islanders players and staff with Islanders hoodies this season. So a 4-0 lead for the Cape Breton West Islanders heading into the second period. We'll be back after this short intermission break. The Islanders and the Rush make their way back onto the ice surface for this second period of play. Islanders put together 4 goals in that opening frame to give themselves a healthy cushion for this second period. We'll have to see how the Sydney Rush respond here in the second and try to climb back in this one. The Islanders put together 22 shots on goal in that first period alone. The Rush, 13 shots for them. So they've been able to put at least some volume on Leo Forens, try to get together some more high-quality scoring chances against number 31 of the Islanders to try to crack him and attempt a comeback here. Of course, they're in hostile territory to do so here at the Al McGuinness Sports Center. Easier said than done as the Islanders look to continue applying pressure as they dump it into the corner, and Hunter McDonald gets after it first. Spins it to Hookshorst, trying to get it in deep for the cycle. McPhee off the glass and out. Taken by Miller now. Miller across, intercepted by Trenum. Lead feed for Hookshorst, try to split the defense. He got a stick on it though, so no icing there as McPhee kicks it ahead. Held at the point by Chisholm, fired shot from distance. Off a deflection as Kieran McDonald drops it back for Sam Trenum. Hunter McDonald back to Kieran, who dumps it into the corner on a touch play and gets a line change. Hunter McDonald on the forecheck. Slides across one-timer, and that one sailed past the glove-hand side of Doucette, as that was Aiden McDonald ripping that one. Drop back to McLeod. McLeod off the wall, intercepted by McGuinness. Delaney to McGuinness. Trying to center in front, sweeping shot by Jack McGuinness goes wide. Is that one taken in, gathered in, moved across to John Hugh McGuinness. A drive from distance. What a foot past that glove hand side. McNeil shimmies and shakes. Drops it off to Delaney. Delaney across to John Hugh McGuinness. Moves to the inside, walks the line, drops it to McDonald. McDonald shoots, glove save, rebound chance is loose in front. Miller trying to clear, unable to do so. McNeil keeps it alive for the Islanders here. Bank pass off the wall to McGuinness. McGuinness dropped for McNeil. McNeil a drive and a glove save made by Doucette as he gets the whistle here for the Rush. And a much needed line change for the boys in green and yellow. This second period brought to you by West Nova Fuels. Worry-free home heating, oil and propane, delivered proudly by local experts. Comforting your family is our priority. West Nova Fuels, a shot, they score! A feed in front, and the Islanders back on the board early here in the second on the one-time feed. And it's Delaney with the shot. And it's 5-0 Islanders here just under 2 minutes into the second. So the Sydney Rush definitely with their work cut out for them here to start this one. Just 2 minutes into the second, it's already 5-0 Islanders as Chisholm drops it off to Fleet. Colby Fleet down the wing. Lowers the shoulder to protect the puck. Trying to wrap it in front. Picked off here by the Rush as they come out with it now. Andrea down the wing. Moves wide, and that's going to be an offside call against the Rush. We'll face off in neutral ice here. Colby Fleet on the draw. Draw win for the Rush. Berman dumps it in. Trying to get a forecheck established here as Ellis runs it around near side for Chisholm. Will Chisholm. Stopped up by Lewis on the point. Finds Andrea. One-touch pass to Bass Christmas on the back end. Feed in front. And taken by Jake McGuinness on the near side wall for Chisholm. Trying to skate after it against McLeod. Off the wall. Fleet intercepts. Colby Fleet
by 27.
Here comes Berman.
Number 92, Aiden McDonald.
Berman trying to get ahead with it. Andrea trying to gain a step against Ellis. Ellis holds his own there and chips it out. Not out, excuse me. It was caught there. As it's dumped back in by the rush. Ellis turns. On the near side for Chisholm. Will Chisholm looks to set it up. Slides it to Jake McGinnis. Rims it around the boards. Far side for Hookshorst. Looking to make a play on it there. Will Chisholm on the wall. Knocked off the puck. Taken away by Lucas Chisholm in the neutral ice, and he dumps it back in for the Islanders. McLean skates it down. Looking to set up the play. McLean hounded there by Lex Watt. He gets it out. But it's intercepted here and taken in by Trenum as he moves it ahead. Hookshorst one touches it into the zone. And Watt skates it down. Lex Watt cycles it to Davidson. Ryan Davidson. Moving there. Drops it to Watt. A drive save made with the pad by Doucette. Here come the rush the other way. They get past. Taken away by Davidson. Ryan Davidson working on the half wall. Gets it loose. Moves it ahead for Hookshorst. Back across for Watt, a drive, and that one's blocked in front. Here come the rush the other way. Silverboy moves it ahead for Gideon. Gideon on his off wing. Stops up. Nice move by Gideon. Holds on. Oh, a hard check by Davidson on Gideon, leveling it to the ice. An absolute freight train is Ryan Davidson there on that collision. My goodness. Miller in the corner. Onto the point. Drive from distance. Deflected wide. Looks like Forrest did get a piece of it. Near side for Davidson. Davidson out to neutral ice. Picked up by McPhee. He fires it. Davidson picks it up. Moves skate to stick. Fires it into the zone. And goes off for a change. Rush looking to catch the Islanders sleeping here. Weaving in through the zone is McLeod. McLeod dances free, shoots. Glove saved by Forrest as McLeod got dumped after getting the shot away. As the gamesmanship extends here into the second. And Miller showing his frustration here. Off the draw right away, hopping into it is Miller trying to get a shot away. Taken by Hunter McDonald on the near side. Saucer pass ahead for Aiden McDonald. Knocked off the puck by McLeod. Kieran gains possession, tries to move it ahead. Fired in the zone as the McDonald line back on the ice. The McDonald trio, I should call them at this stage. And a hard check on the wall there. That's going to be whistled down on a penalty. As Kieran McDonald goes to the box here for that collision. It's an interference call. And so this power play brought to you by Zeppelin Contractors. It's going to be a Sydney Rush power play as they set up for their advantage here. For there ever to be a time to climb back in this game at this steep a deficit, it would be now. If you're the Sydney Rush, probably get a glimmer of hope in this contest to get a quick power play goal here. Shot from distance, a great blocker save by Forrest. Knocked down in front, it's loose. Islanders looking to clear, backhand off the wall and out by Hunter McDonald as Aiden McDonald gets after it shorthanded. Turning is McLeod. McLeod trying to step past Hunter McDonald. Works his way through neutral ice. McLeod down the wing, shot there, dumps it into the corner. McPhee on the wall. Trying to keep it alive here for the Rush. Miller drops it to McPhee. Back to Miller. Ethan Miller sidesteps, holds on, drops it off. Shot from McLeod with a point save made. Rebound chance, they score! And the Rush get on the board at an opportune time for them on the power play. And it's Austin Miller with the goal on the rebound. And not many rebounds have been offered by Leo Florence, and the Rush capitalize on that one. They get their first goal of the game. That's the first step of chipping away at this steep Islanders lead. Off the draw, spun to the zone, taken here by Morrison. Feed across to Berman. Berman through neutral ice. Gets his wheels going. Back into the corner. Trenum chases it down on defense. Near side for Lucas Chisholm. Across to McGinnis. Intercepted by Berman. Another penalty going to be called on the play here. It's a slashing call, and it's going against the Sydney Mitsubishi Rush. So right after getting that power play goal, they're going to be penalized here for a slash as Berman skates his way to the box. So this power play brought to you by Ideal Concrete is going to be an Islanders power play. A face-off taking place to the right of the goaltender, Mason Doucette. As Fleet steps up to the draw. Taken away and fired down the ice by Miller to start the kill for the Rush. Trenum slides it to Watt. Lex Watt down the wing. Holds on, fires it around the corner for Hookshorst. Hookshorst on the point. Moves it across for Trenum. Sam Trenum back to Hookshorst. Hookshorst a drive. Blocked aside by Doucette off the glass. Back to Hookshorst on the point. Walks the line again. Switching places with Trenum. Across to Trenum. Trenum holds onto it. Drops it off. Watt back on the point to Hookshorst. Chisholm a drive. Over the net and into the glass, and they reset again. Watt holds on. Shoots. Save made by Doucette, and he holds on. A minute 9 remaining in the power play for the Islanders. Once again brought to you by Ideal Concrete. Face-off taking place to the left of the goaltender, Mason Doucette. As Aiden McDonald steps up to the plate. It's up against Ben Guthrow. Off the tie-up, McDonald gains possession, tries to slide it ahead to Davidson, hustles after it in the corner. On the point, McDonald. Across to Ellis. Ellis a drive right through traffic off the shaft of the stick of Doucette there as McDonald skates it in again. Across to Hunter. Hunter McDonald on the point. Shot through distance, and that one blocked in front. Ellis spins. Back to Hunter McDonald on the point. Waits and shoots. Glove. Save Doucette. Once again, 34 seconds remaining on the Ideal Concrete power play. As the Islanders look to regain their 5-goal spread here with the man advantage. McDonald wins the draw back to the point to Ellis. Ellis drops it off. McDonald a drive, and he sailed that over the goal. Ellis on the point. Skates in. Cross to McDonald. Sweeping it in front, looking for Delaney for a one-touch one-timer as Aiden McDonald picks it up now. Holds on, moves wide. Dips the shoulder behind the net, goes for a skate. Drops it for Hunter McDonald. Across for Ellis. Ellis back for Hunter. Hunter a drive, that one blocked. Ellis on it now. Moved across for Hunter McDonald. Hunter back to even strength, 5-on-5. The Rush have killed it off, but they're still in their own zone. Dropped it off to McDonald. McDonald spins. Feeds it in front to Davidson, who puts it behind the goal. McDonald rims it around the boards for Ellis. Ellis across for Hunter McDonald. McDonald a drive, that one blocked, deflected by Miller into the corner. The Rush trying to clear here, desperate to get a line change, stopped up by Ellis on the point. Holds on the back end. Ellis drops it off, one shot, and then a great glove save once again by Doucette on that shot by Aiden McDonald. Islanders unable to cash in on the power play there. Still a healthy cushion for them. So far, it's only halfway through the second period. They've already put 32 shots on against Mason Doucette. As that one taken away by McGinnis. On the goal, McLean trying to clear. Gideon on it. Knocked off the puck by McGinnis. Sliding it across. The far side, chipped ahead and intercepted by Jack McGinnis. Dumps it into the corner and continues to cycle here for Jake McGinnis. Backhand feed through. Knocked off by McNeil. Another save with the glove by Doucette for a whistle and a stoppage in play. Jack McGinnis on the draw. Working the corner, taken by Morrison on the knocked off the puck by Jake McGinnis, centering feet in front on the backhand from his back. And that one taken in by the Rush now. Dropped off to Bass Christmas. Back in front. Off the side of the goalpost on a bank play there. As John Hugh McGinnis gathers it in. Turns with it. Holds on. John Hugh McGinnis. Moves it ahead for Jake McGinnis, who tips it ahead into the corner and looks to get a forecheck established here as he takes the body. Islanders go to work. On the point, Trenum keeps it alive and dumps it back in. Tipped just wide by McGinnis as Morrison battles with McGinnis in the corner. And hustle after it. Bass Christmas gathers it in, gave the puck away, but he got it back. Look at that. Nicholas Bass Christmas moves it ahead. Nice move to the inside by Andrea, but unable to get past Lucas Chisholm. Near side, Will Chisholm. Backhand feeding a beauty to Watt. Watt in alone. Pass across. Unable to get the shot away. It was Fleet as he was hauled down to the ice. Intercepted by Will Chisholm. Islanders go to work again. Dropped off to Watt. Watt in front. One-time save. We want a save that was by Doucette with the pad. Absolute robbery there on Colby Fleet. As we head to the TV timeout to take a thank you from one of our sponsors.
Today's game is fueled by Some Good, the clean, natural hydration shots trusted by athletes across Atlantic Canada. Packed with unfiltered apple cider, electrolytes, and no artificial junk, Some Good keeps you hydrated the right way, whether you're on the ice, in the gym, or cheering from the stands. It tastes unreal, it's good for you, and it supports local. Grab a Some Good and feel the difference. Hydration made simple, performance made better. Today's game is fueled by Some Good, the clean, natural hydration shots trusted by athletes across Atlantic Canada. Packed with unfiltered apple cider, electrolytes, and no artificial junk, Some Good keeps you hydrated the right way, whether you're on the ice, in the gym, or cheering from the stands. It tastes unreal, it's good for you, and it supports local. Grab a Some Good and feel the difference. Hydration made simple, performance made better.
Offensive zone draw for the Islanders here. 9:07 remaining in the second frame. Colby Fleet on the draw. Stepping up against Ethan Miller. Taken off the draw by Austin Miller. Austin Miller down the wing, chips it ahead. Trying to chase it down here. Taken by Ellis. Jonah Ellis spins off the backboards to McCacken. Thomas McCacken lead feet ahead, picked off by McPhee. Deacon McPhee leading point getter on defense for the Rush with 10 points in 33 regular season games. And he's got the C on his jersey. As Berman moves it ahead, taken away by Watt. Lead feet ahead for Will Chisholm on a breakaway. Glove save by Doucette. Another great save by the Rush netminder here. You want to nod for player of the game for the Rush. It's no further than Mason Doucette has already faced 35 shots here at just over the halfway point of the second frame. And a lot of these shots he's faced has been quality opportunities for the Islanders. And lucky it's not a steeper deficit than just 5-1 here, as that one taken away by Delaney out of the point to John Hugh McGinnis. Back to Delaney. Delaney moves it across. McNeil a drive. Glove save again by Doucette through the traffic. As the Islanders have been pouring it on throughout the game. And of course, the Rush putting some volume of their own on the goal. It's just the quality opportunities have been there for the Islanders, whereas most of the Rush's opportunities have been from the outside. A big difference between not just volume, but it's the quality opportunities. You want to get high percentage opportunities if you can. Break down the defensive walls of the opposition and gain a step to those inside opportunities right around that center section of the ice in the offensive zone. The Islanders have just been a step ahead of the Rush in all three zones throughout this contest so far. Let's see how the Rush respond here as they still got plenty of hockey left to play, but they're down by 4 here. And it's a hard thing to do as the Islanders climb to that 4-0 lead to head into the second period. They only got 1 on the board for the second. Another spin play in front, and they're able to get a shot away. Taken by Morrison. Bass Christmas onto the point to Morrison again. Side for Berman. Berman keeps it alive on a bit of a fumble play, but he kept it going. Morrison knocked off by McGinnis. Sweeping play intercepted by Berman. A drive past the stick side of Forrest. Centering feed to Bass Christmas. He chips it back into the zone to continue the cycle here for the Rush as they get some sustained pressure here. Still to the outside. Trying to get a quality opportunity here, but that's taken by Morrison. They have to reset once more to the Rush. Moving across, dump back into the zone. That almost caught the ceiling beam again, but luckily the puck is still in play. That one taken out. Berman sidesteps a hit, holds onto it. Moves it across on the far side as Hooks gathers it in. Hunter McDonald weaves his way through, shoots it, and he sailed that over the glove side. Aiden McDonald tried to kick it ahead, but he didn't get a piece of it as Bass Christmas moves up 1-on-2. Backhand shot from distance, glove down by Forrest for the whistle. The face-off, Chisholm fires it off the glass, taken by Hunter McDonald. Drops it for Aiden McDonald. Moving across, looking for Kieran on the opposite side, but it's picked off. Here come the Rush the other way. Chipping it in and chasing after it as Trenham takes his man for a ride in the corner. Centering pass in front for Gideon, unable to get the shot away. McPhee on the point drive, and that one deflected wide. Chisholm off the backboard. Silly Boy skates after it and drops it to the point. Trying to chip it into the zone. Gideon in the corner. Dropping it to Silly Boy, trying to center it, but intercepted there by Trenham. Trenham drops it off for Chisholm. Lucas Chisholm near side for McDonald. Hunter McDonald knocked off there by Silly Boy. And he blocked that pass as well, but still in possession of the Islanders. Near side, Aiden McDonald. Moving down the wing. Holds on, drops it to Hunter McDonald. Hunter across to Kieran. Kieran back to Thomas McCacken, but it's intercepted by Silly Boy. He chipped it ahead. McCacken has to make chase in his own zone. Thomas McCacken. Pass near side to Hunter McDonald down the wing. McDonald into the zone. Shoots and blocked by McPhee. Painfully so. It's sacrifice of the body for the Rush captain as that's onto the point to Ellis again. Ellis sidesteps and dumps it in for Aiden McDonald. Donald chips it for Hunter behind the goal. Hunter holds on, drops it to Aiden. Aiden back on the point to Jonah Ellis. Ellis across to McCacken. Thomas McCacken back to Ellis. Ellis across. Aiden McDonald a drive, and glove save once again by Doucette. Gathers it in for a stoppage in play. Colby Fleet wins it back to the point, moved across to John Hugh McGinnis. McGinnis moves it down for Davidson, knocked off the puck. Clearing attempt hit the goaltender there as McGinnis stops it up on the point. Finally escapes out to neutral ice as McNeil gathers it in. Lob out to neutral ice, picked off by Miller. Miller trying to drop it to his defense, and Morrison as he skates in against Watt. Lex Watt after on the forecheck. Ethan Miller. Pass on the far side to Morrison. Morrison lead feed for Guthrow. Didn't get a stick on that. McGinnis. Far side for McNeil. In the defensive position, sauces it out, intercepted. The Rush looking to capitalize. Kept alive by McLean. Knocked off to Austin Miller. Drops it to Andrea. Stepping in off the point against Davidson. Davidson gathers it in. He hustles after it. Moving out to neutral ice. Ryan Davidson down the wing. Lowers the shoulder. One-hand passing attempt was blocked. Here come the Rush the other way. Andrea moves it ahead for Bass Christmas. Knocked off the puck and moved to Lucas Chisholm, who fires it in for the dump and chase effort. Morrison taken away by Hookshores. Hookshores backhand feed in front. A chop shot there by Davidson. Unable to get solid wood on it as he gets back to the bench for a line change. As he was moving fairly quickly on that shift. Full effort once again on display by Ryan Davidson as that one moved ahead by Bass Christmas now. Skating in, drops it off for McLean and intercept by Trenum. Trenum lead feed ahead for Chisholm on a breakaway. Will Chisholm taken down on the way to the net. And it's an interference. And it's a penalty shot for Will Chisholm, the most exciting play in hockey. The crowd going wild for this. We have ourselves a treat here, folks. A penalty shot for Will Chisholm against Mason Doucette. Well, we'll set up at center ice for the penalty shot. The most exciting play in hockey, the penalty shot. As Will Chisholm sets up. Trying to think of the moves he can use on Doucette here. But the wheels are turning inside the head of Will Chisholm as to what he's going to do. Here he comes. Will Chisholm one-on-one against Doucette. To the goal, saved by Doucette. A lot of pressure for the goaltender there, and once again, Mason Doucette keeping it just a 4-goal spread. And it was a nice move by Chisholm as well, just unable to elevate the puck at the last bit of that backhand forehand move, and Doucette got the pad over and made the save. As Hookshore sets up with the draw. Chisholm still on the ice here on the top of the circle. McLeod off the glass around on the far side for Andrea. Andrea looking to move it ahead. Intercepted by Hookshores. Lost the handle. Oh, a close call there at center ice as Will Chisholm takes a hold of it. Trying to slide it through to Jake McGinnis. And Berman behind his back. Trying to drive from distance, deflected wide. Chop there, Chisholm a drive, save made, fought off by Doucette. Taken by Andrea. Chisholm protects the puck. What a move there, Chisholm, look at the strength. Hookshores to drive, save, rebound chance in front, it's still loose. Oh, a hard collision there. And looked to be a charge, it looked like, by Bass Christmas. And indeed it will be a charging penalty as McGinnis very shaken up on that play. Oh, Nicholas Bass Christmas and it looks like McGinnis possibly with a lower body injury here. Not sure if it's in quite a bit of discomfort as he leaves the ice surface. So our thoughts go out to Jake McGinnis there on a ugly play there by Bass Christmas. And this power play brought to you by Zephyr Contractors as a drive from distance is gloved and held by Doucette. Off the draw, cleared down the ice. It just escaped Hunter McDonald there. As it's gathered in by Jonah Ellis now. Ellis drops it off for Hunter McDonald. McDonald skates in wide. Goes on, drops it for Aiden McDonald. Across for Ellis. Back for Hunter McDonald. Shot from distance blocked by Miller. Ellis follows it up. Finds McDonald on the point. Hunter McDonald. Down for Aiden McDonald. Centering feed in front, and able to get it through. Ellis now on the point. Across for Hunter McDonald. Islanders are going to set things up. Down low for Aiden. Aiden McDonald. Feed in front, unable to get the shot away. Kieran McDonald behind the goal. Stops it up, finds Delaney. Delaney off for Ellis. Jonah Ellis across for Hunter McDonald. Trying to make a drag move there. Ellis there to help him out. Ellis lowers the shoulder. Drops it for Aiden McDonald. Down to the last minute of the second. McDonald a drive. Blocked there by Gideon. Ellis. He waits. He shoots, and that one deflected wide. Ellis holds on the point. 35 seconds left in the power play. McDonald cross to Ellis. Ellis a drive from distance. That one deflected wide as well. McDonald again gathers it in. Waits and shoots. Blocked aside by Doucette and cleared by the rush. Just 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Lead pass by Forens. Finds Hookshorst in stride, and that's going to be whistled down on the offside. The Islanders don't like it. The face-off will neutralize just outside the rush zone. Once again, 14 seconds left on the Zephyr Contractors power play for the Islanders. Hookshorst on the draw, wins it to Watt, slides it to Trenum. Trenum back across to Colby Fleet. Fleet across for Watt. Watt holds on. Shoots, save made, rebound chance. Wraparound bid here. A score! And the Islanders back on the board on the power play with 7.8 left to go in the second period. They've regained their 5-goal spread. And once again remain in dominant position in this game. After 2 periods, an astounding 43 shots on goal against Doucette by the Islanders to start this contest through 2 periods of play. There's some skirmishes near at the close of this one. And we'll get on to the second intermission here, brought to you by Ron McGilvery, Chev Buick GMC. Whether you're looking for a new or a new-to-you vehicle, Ron McGilvery, Chev Buick GMC has you covered. With a wide range of selection, amazing deals, knowledgeable and friendly staff that will get you into your dream vehicle. Visit Ron McGilvery, Chev Buick GMC, and Ron McGilvery Certified Pre-Owned Center at 75 St. Andrew Street in Antigonish, or call at 902-863-2803. That's 902-863-2803, or shop online at rmggm.com. That's rmggm.com. The Islanders would also like to extend a thank you to Zephyr Contractors and Ideal Concrete for participating in their co-branding program. In addition to being members of the Islanders sponsorship team, they've also sponsored the tracksuits for the 2025-26 coaching staff and players, and also a special thank you to Nova Trophy for providing the Islanders players and staff with Islanders hoodies this season. So a 6-1 lead for the Cape Breton West Islanders heading into the third period of play. We'll be back with that after this short intermission break. Stay tuned.
your U18 Cape Breton West Islanders.
And the Cape Breton West Islanders make their way back onto the ice surface for this, the third period of play, at a dominant 6-1 lead to start the third period of regulation. Both teams lining up at center ice to start this opening draw of the third. And the Rush win the opening draw of the third period of play. Rimmed into the corner by Miller as Trenum makes chase. Near side Delaney drops it off. Hookshaw's trying to escape. One whistle down on the offside call to start the third. Face off in neutral ice. Just outside the Islanders zone. Off the draw, picked up by McLeod. McLeod dumps it in on goal. Foran's forced to make the save. This is worked into the corner now. Hookshaw's trying to get a stick on that. Trenum there to help him out. Taken here by Delaney. Matthew Delaney down the wing. Chips it ahead for McGinnis. Moving wide. McGinnis hauled down. Looking for a call there, not going to get it as Trenum holds on the point. Quick drive from distance, that one blocked by Guthrie. He's lost his stick on the play as Miller moves. Ethan Miller drops it back. Here comes McLeod down the wing. McLeod steps wide and dumps it into the corner. Far side for Bass Christmas on it against Davidson. Davidson moves through neutral ice. Ryan Davidson 1-on-3. Shoots it, and he's checked by Lewis, taken away by Watt. In front of the net, looking for Davidson. Knocks his man to the ice and sweeps a shot. That was blocked. Last Christmas looking to get after it. Trying to make a move, knocked off the puck by Watt. Lex Watt on the backhand. Turns behind his own goal, resets, and slides it ahead to McNeil. McNeil, lob pass ahead for McDonald. Touched it up, so no icing called all the way to the goal. And forced to cover is Doucette.
The winning number is 7046.
Face off in the offensive zone here for the Islanders. Once again, a pretty well capacity crowd almost here at the Al McGinnis Sports Center for this final regular season game. Before heading into the postseason for the Islanders, as that one ripped way over the goal by Lex Watt. As Ellis fires from distance, blocked in front by his own man and Davidson. Chipped ahead, McCacken gets a hold of it, drops it for Ellis. Ellis finds Davidson. Ryan Davidson gets his feet moving and moves into the zone. A quick shot goes wide. Aiden McDonald in the corner. Drops it off for Ellis. Ellis across for McCacken. McCacken in deep. Davidson holds onto it. Davidson shoots it from distance. Pad save. Doucette. Rebound chance. That one sailed over the goal by McCacken, and Ellis unable to hold the line as he goes out back to retrieve it. Near side for Aiden McDonald. Islanders looking to clear it into the zone. It's taken away by Sitherboyd. He gets it in deep. Goes to a line change as Trenum turns with it now. Pass ahead, blocked by Morrison. Morrison spins, slides it to Guthrie on the near side. Just past him as Lucas Chisholm retrieves. On the side for Hunter McDonald. Great saucer pass across for Watt. It found its target. Ahead for Fleet. Fleet a drive. Save made. Covering the angle was Doucette. Right into the chest protector. And he holds on.
The winner of the free pizza and the team wearing the most jerseys today is the Cape Breton West U9 Novice Dance Team. Congratulations.
Colby Fleet on the draw. Miller wins that draw for the Rush. Behind for Deacon McPhee. Austin Miller intercepted by McDonald as Hunter McDonald skates it down to the corner against McPhee. McPhee. Kieran McDonald onto the point. Chisholm across for Trenum. Trenum slides it ahead to Kieran McDonald. Kieran on the backhand feed in front, follows it up. McDonald goes for a skate. Backhand feed across for Trenum. Trenum a drive off the side of the goal. Fleet knocked off the puck, onto the point. Chisholm holds the line. Rings it around for another cycle play here for the Islanders. Trenum across. Chisholm shoots from distance. Glove save, Doucette. And a stoppage. Lance Hookshorst on the draw. Up against Lewis. Lewis wins the draw for the Rush. Back for McLeod. And that one into the stands. And looks to have got a fan something to think about there, as no nets on the side of this Al McGuinness Arena. And much to my trepidation as well in this broadcasting spot, as more than one occasion pucks have come pretty close. Pretty close as McNeil skates in and shoots. That one goes wide. Hookshorst going to drop it down low. Bass Christmas slides it ahead. Kept alive by the Islanders. No offside there as it's dropped back. And unable to hold the line there. Lewis skates it down. Lost the puck. McNeil gathers it in. Cooper McNeil chips it into the corner. Hookshorst makes chase after it against McLeod. Backing it around for Bass Christmas. He's checked hard. McNeil hustling after it. Cooper McNeil spins to avoid that check. Holds on and saucer pass across, looking to spring Will Chisholm. And icing called on the play. And an error in the icing call, as they'll have a compromise to have a face-off at center ice as a result. Davidson moves it. McCacker to Ellis. Ellis fires it in. Stopped up by Doucette. McLean on a big play in front. A close call there for Doucette, as McCacker chases it down in his own end. Spins off a check. Great moves by McCacker. Moves wide. Here come the Islanders the other way, looking for a pass across to McGuinness. Chopped on goal and covered up by Doucette. Some choice words there for McCacker and Doucette on that play. Off the draw, off the glass. Gets past Ellis out to neutral ice. As McCacken turns, tried to saucer it ahead to Ellis, but he was intercepted there by Austin Miller, the lone goal scorer for the Rush in this game. Swept ahead, Ellis gets a hold, taken away, saucered across, and just unable to gather it in there was Ethan Miller. Jack McGuinness off the wall, picked up by Davidson. Drops it back from McCacken. McCacken back to Davidson. Davidson across from McGuinness. Look at the puck movement here. McDonald in on the goal. Try to get a shot away. McPhee poke checked him off the puck. Back onto the point. Trenum holds on, shoots it. Blocker save by Doucette. It's loose in front. They chop away at another shot. Doucette with a glove save. It's still loose. Davidson gathers it in. On the point to Trenum. Trenum walks in, moves wide. Centering it in front. It's still loose in front. And cleared into the ceiling beam. And hit the light fixture momentarily. That was a close call. I still recall as a young boy watching the Islanders play here at this arena, and one of the clearing attempts did indeed hit a light fixture, and there's quite a delay in the game to get the glass cleaned up off the ice and make sure to pass the player safety requirements. Not only are the ceilings low here, but the light fixtures are also low, and McDonald getting possession. Finds Watt. Centering it in front, and that one unable to be put home. Near side, Trenum pinching on the wall. Trying to chop it ahead to McDonald. Hunter McDonald battling in the corner. Kieran gathers it in, drops it to Trenum on the point. Back to Kieran McDonald. Moves it in deep for Watt. Here come the rush the other way. Lead pass ahead for Bass Christmas. Lost the handle. Trenum ahead for Watt. Lex Watt moves it on the far side. Hard collision there at center ice. Watt, and that's going to be an offside call against the Islanders. The offensive blue line.
The winner of today's 50-50 draw is Megan McClellan from Mabo, hitting a prize of $400.
Hook Shores on the draw. Fired back in. Hard off the glass there. Looked in behind the goal. Hookshore sweeps it over the ice, scores! Lance Hookshore, the captain's on the board here. And it's 7-1 Islanders here in the third. And that one banked off the pad and through the 5-hole of Doucette. Dropped off to McNeil. Finds John Hugh McGinnis. In the backhand. Intercepted there by Miller. Austin Miller. To Ethan Miller. Trying to sweep it in front. Knocked down by McNeil. John Hugh McGinnis behind his own goal. Side steps. Chipped ahead by Will Chisholm. McGinnis. Chips it on goal, and Doucette forced to cover once again. Colby Fleet on the draw. Chipped on. Stopped at the point by McCacken. McCacken moves it in deep for Colby Fleet. Colby Fleet cycles it in for Chisholm. Chisholm behind the goal. Wraparound chance. Stopped by Doucette off the glass and out by the rush as Ellis has to chase it down. Jonah Ellis, leading point getter for the Islanders defensive core. Nice move by Ellis. Look at the moves. On his own, Jonah Ellis chips it towards the goal off a glove onto the net. And play by the rush, so no hand pass on the play as that went off the boards. Finds Ellis once again. Ellis hounded there. Sweeps it out through neutral ice. Picked up and skated ahead now. Hard collision there. McCacken off the glass and out. Fleet chips it ahead. Morrison. Off the wall, Ellis a drive. Glove save, Doucette. Aiden McDonald. Lewis wins that draw, but it's given away to Davidson. Off the boards to McCacken on the point. Back to Davidson. One-time Delaney, blockered aside by Doucette. Morrison off the wall. Hard collision there. That's going to be a cross-checking penalty. It's going to go against the Islanders here. And so Delaney goes to the box. This power play for the Rush brought to you by Ideal Concrete. We go down to the Islanders' end for this face-off. Ethan Miller steps up to the plate for the Rush. Up against Aiden McDonald. Then they try to shot off the draw. It was blocked. Trenum gets a hold. Pass in front, shot, they score! It's Miller again. His second of the game on the power play. And it's 7-2 as the Rush get on the board near the halfway point of the third. Off the draw, picked up on McLeod, moves it across. Lead pass to Miller. McDonald stops it up. Ethan Miller down the left wing side. Trying to work past Trenum. Trenum takes him for a ride into the Zamboni doors as Kieran McDonald moves it across to Lucas Chisholm. Nice move, but it's going to be an offside against the Islanders once again. So face off in the neutral ice just outside of the Rush defensive zone. Jock McGinnis on the draw against Lewis. Lewis wins it clean. The near side wall picked up by Trenum, fired back. The draw worked in, taken here by McPhee off the wall. Rush on the attack again, Lewis. It's over the line, that's going to be an offside against the Rush as Andrea was a step ahead of the play. Off the draw, McGinnis drops it back to Trenum. Sam Trenum across to Lucas Chisholm. Spinning with it, taken down on the play. Here come the Rush again, spinning it in front. Andrea, he gets checked. Worked in the corner. McGinnis gains a step behind his own goal. Hard outlet blocked by Andrea. Moves it back to the defense, chipped off the glass and out. Andrea skates in wide, steps to the inside against Trenum, drops it off. Spinning pass in front, blocked off by McGinnis. Lead feed for McDonald. Kieran McDonald looking to gain a step against the defense. And that one whistled down on the icing call. And a little skirmish after the play there.
We will now pause for a 1-minute timeout.
And we will go to the TV timeout here to take a thank you for one of our sponsors.
Today's game is fueled by Some Good, the clean, natural hydration shots trusted by athletes across Atlantic Canada. Packed with unfiltered apple cider, electrolytes, and no artificial junk, Some Good keeps you hydrated the right way, whether you're on the ice, in the gym, or cheering from the stands. It tastes unreal, it's good for you, and it supports local. Grab a Some Good and feel the difference. Hydration made simple, performance made better. Today's game is fueled by Some Good, the clean, natural hydration shots trusted by athletes across Atlantic Canada. Packed with unfiltered apple cider, electrolytes, and no artificial junk, Some Good keeps you hydrated the right way, whether you're on the ice, in the gym, or cheering from the stands. It tastes unreal, it's good for you, and it supports local. Grab a Some Good and feel the difference. Hydration made simple, performance made better.
Silverboy on the draw in the offensive zone against Kieran McDonald. Draw win for McDonald. Taken here by Trenum. Sweeping pass, looking to spring Hunter McDonald all the way down. Icing waved off. He's beat the icing. Wraparound chance. That's stopped. Another chance. Knocked to the ice by Silverboy. Taken in neutral ice by John Hugh McGinnis. Near side for Cooper McNeil. McNeil chops it into the zone, and Kieran McDonald makes chase after it against Morrison. Back in behind the goal it goes on the near side corner. Islanders back on the forecheck here as McDonald drops it for McNeil, who chips it back for McDonald. Hunter McDonald pass in front. Stick to side by Doucette as Fast Christmas drops it for Gideon. Gideon one-on-one. Moving wide. Tried to pass it in front off the side of the goal. Fleet there to retrieve it. Near side wall looking to clear is Hunter McDonald. Saucer pass, long stretch pass for Will Chisholm. Fleet's offside, he has to tag up. Chisholm gets in, tries to slide it back to Fleet. Taken away. Intercepted by Watt at the point. Across to Colby Fleet. Fleet drops it for Watt. Watt in front, feet in front for McGinnis, he scores! John Hugh McGinnis on the board. And he makes it 8-2 for the Islanders. Posting in on the blocker side of Doucette. A healthy spread here for the Islanders. Just over the halfway point of the third. 8-2 score so far. Watt skating in.
Cape Breton West Islanders goal scored by number 3, John Hugh McGinnis, assisted by number 9, Lex Watt, and number
Tipped out to neutral ice, stopping it up as McCackern. Taken off the puck by Austin Miller. He gets checked. Out to neutral ice, all the way down. And McLeod chasing it down. No icing as the puck is slowed up. McLeod chipped up the near side. Ellis takes a tumble at his own blue line. Moves it ahead for Watt. Watt moves on his off wing here. Gathers it in. Pass in front, deflected there. Close call for Doucette. Ellis in the corner. Centering it for Fleet. Unable to get the shot away. Cleared out to neutral ice. Unable to hold the line there was Hookshorst as he gathers in. Drops it for Ellis. Ellis across from McCackern. McCackern spins with it. Nice moves by McCackern. Counter on the back check by Andrea. Gets it ahead to Watt. Watt. Hard check there against Andrea. He goes down the ice. Trenum chases it down. Sam Trenum behind his own goal. Lead feed for Davidson. Ryan Davidson off the glass and gets past McPhee in the corner. Davidson, hard check by McPhee on Davidson. Davidson looking for some payback there. Seems to only make him more aggressive if you hit him. Trenum on the boards. Fired shot off the ceiling. Gutsy shift there once again on display for Ryan Davidson. Islanders always look to mix up the lineups here to keep the opponent guessing. The McDonald line's been on the ice, centered by Aiden McDonald, Hunter McDonald, and Kieran McDonald. Now Aiden McDonald is centering Davidson and Delaney. Always keeping the opponent on the toes here as McDonald moves wide. Drops it off for Delaney. Delaney centered for Davidson, drops it to Trenum. Trenum on the point, tees it up, fakes the shot, waits and shoots. Glove save Doucette through the traffic. Face off to the left of the goaltender, Mason Doucette. Aiden McDonald wins the draw, but a little too hot to handle for John Hugh McGinnis as he chases it down in his own zone. Sweeps it behind for McNeil. The near side wall. Berman gathers it in. He fires it back in for the rush. John Hugh McGinnis after it. Back in from McNeil, back to McGinnis. It escapes his clutches and off to Hunter McDonald. He finds Aiden in stride. Aiden McDonald through his legs. Drops it off for Delaney. Matthew Delaney trying to move it ahead. Taken away by Miller. Miller. Austin Miller to Ethan in front. And looked like a slash on the play according to Ethan Miller as he was waving the hand there. So Neal could have got a stick there in on Miller. No call on the play as McDonald moves ahead. Hunter McDonald drops it for Aiden. Taken by Ellis now. Ellis moves wide, sweeps it in front, and a one-time option was blocked by McLean. Kieran McDonald now. To the point, McCackern to drive. Deflected by Guthrow into the corner as Hunter McDonald gets a hold of it. Check there by Lewis. Still has a hold of it. Off the boards. Kept alive by McCackern. Across to Ellis. Ellis a drive from distance. Blocked aside by Doucette. Hops up. Back on the point to McCackern again. Another drive from distance. That one patted aside this time by Doucette. Ellis on the point back to McCackern. Across, one-time option for McDonald, and it was whiffed on as he got the heel of the blade on that one. Kieran on the wall. Kept alive by McCackern. Tipped on goal, they score! Hunter McDonald with the deflection in front. And the Islanders ahead 9-2 now in the third. Was Hunter McDonald ever battling in front of the net there? Got taken down a couple of times, got back to his feet and deflected that one through Doucette. Now the spread for the Islanders is 7 goals here in the third. Taken on the near side wall, turning with it is Andrea. Andrea checked by Trenum. Picked up by Lucas Chisholm. Off the wall to Will Chisholm. Backhand feet ahead. Put back into the zone. Foran stops it up for Trenum. Trenum wraps it around for Chisholm. Will Chisholm holds onto it. Near side for Trenum. Trenum across. Will Chisholm in the zone. Pass in front. Fleet a one-timer. Another one-handed bid on the from his belly there as Fleet got a stick on that. Chisholm trying to block that and neutralize. Here come the rush the other way. Quick drive, and that one into the netting on the deflection for a stoppage and play. So far, the shots are 56-25 in favor of the Cape Breton West Islanders here. So Mason Doucette has certainly had his work cut out for him in this game. As Fleet. Checked by Miller. Worked out in front. Picked up by Trenum. Sam Trenum off the wall. Finds Chisholm. Gives it to Jack McGinnis down the wing. Quick drive. Glove save. Doucette. As McLean got a body check on McGinnis after the play was over. Wrapped around the glass. Far side, McNeil stops it up. Fleet gathers it in. Puts it in front for McGinnis. A drive. That one blocked in front. Ethan Miller gathers it in. He skates out to neutralize. Miller. Stopped up. McGinnis. Near side for Colby Fleet. Fleet down the wing. Drags and shoots off the crossbar. What a shot by Colby Fleet, showing why he leads the team in goals with 16 on the season so far. That one off the wall. Couple nice moves there by Andrea, unable to get past the defense as Berman gathers it in. Looked in below the goal line on the defensive end of things by the rush defender in Liam McLeod as he moves it on near side. Andrea chips it in. It's going to get down to John Hugh McGinnis. Trying to advance the play. Chisholm behind his own net. Stops up, clears it off the near side wall. Fleet unable to get a stick on that. Icing waved off here as McLeod turns with it. Taken by McLeod. Hookshaw's trying to get a stick on that. Works it in the corner. Berman gathers it in behind his own goal. Here comes Berman. Stick check there by Delaney. Forced to turn back. Andrea trying to gain a step. McCackern's there first. Thomas McCackern stops up behind the goal. Backhand saucer pass to Lex Watt as he dumps it in the corner. McPhee behind his own goal. Swoops it on the wing. Watt trying to get a hold of it. Here come the rush. Moved ahead, Lewis. Nice couple moves. Lewis down the wing trying to dance past Ellis, unable to do so. Ellis gets the poke check in. Hops up in neutral ice, found by Watt. He tries to sweep into the zone. Down to the final minute of play here in regulation. Moving ahead, McCackern. Trying to take the body there. The rush on the attack now. Tries to sweep one in front. McLean a drive. That one sails past the glove hand side. Lewis on the wall. Dumps it back around. Taken here by Hunter McDonald. Drops it off for McCackern. Thomas McCackern for Jonah Ellis. Ellis lead feet ahead for McDonald. McDonald tries to find Watt. Poke check there by the rush defense. As Guthrie tangles up with Watt. Here comes Miller. Trying to work in. Miller to the goal and takes a tumble into the net there. As the time starts to wind down here in the third. Pass on the far side. Dump and chase effort. And that'll do it here. The Cape Breton West Islanders win their final game of the regular season at home against the Sydney Mitsubishi Rush by a healthy spread of 7 goals at a 9-2 victory here this afternoon. So look forward to the playoffs, postseason action coming at you live again at High Button Sports next weekend. The Islanders will be in the Valley to face the Wildcats for the first 2 games of their best-of-5 series in the opening round of the playoffs. That'll do it for this one, folks. This has been Brendan Maloney from High Button Sports, thanking you all for tuning in once again, and we'll see you in the postseason.